August signals the start of the fall season, the busiest period of the year for the industry, and so the onslaught of games begins. Well, it would be truer to say that the tsunami of releases rolls out at the tail end of the month. Between now and then, it's still as quiet as July, though there are a few notable releases over the next few weeks. It's the game that simply got too big to be contained to a digital-only release. Hence the reason you'll see console versions of Payday 2 hit store shelves. The cooperative heist simulator sports a number of improvements on its predecessor, and the RPG-like CrimeNet progression system is a particularly interesting feature. Sam Fisher returns in a game where you're forced to take on a terrorist threat that spans the globe. Continuing on the path of Splinter Cell Conviction, Blacklist will offer 3 playstyles, catering to those who want to take a non-lethal approach as well as those who want open combat.
It's a trap. Get out of there now.
You could dismiss Disney Infinity as a Skylanders rip-off that just happens to use Disney licenses such as Sparks of the Caribbean, Cars and The Incredibles. However, that wouldn't be fair to what actually looks to be a very varied and creative experience. Said creativity is unleashed in the Toy Box mode, where players can create experiences much like you would in Little Big Planet. The leader of the Third Street Saints is now the President of the United States of America, and he's being abducted by a hostile alien race. It may not be the start you expect for a new Saints Row title, but somehow it also makes perfect sense. Never a game to take itself too seriously, this version leans more towards games like Infamous and Prototype for inspiration, as you'll be making use of superpowers in some kind of alien virtual world. Your guess is as good as ours.
Oh, damn it, man. I've been cooped up for way too long. I need to stretch my legs and kill some things.
Platinum Games may be known for violent action adventures like Bayonetta and Mad World, but in the Wonderful 101, they're showing off something new. You control a crowd of superheroes that can morph to form various objects to fight their way through an invading race. Perhaps the most promising Wii U title on the horizon, this is definitely one to keep your eye on. The development of the Bureau, XCOM Declassified, has gone through many stages. At first, it was a first-person shooter, heavy on action. Then, it added more tactical and strategical elements. And finally, it settled on a more squad-based third-person approach. Regardless, we're eager for more XCOM goodness following the great Enemy Unknown, even if this is a very different game. The launch of the original Final Fantasy XIV was a disaster. The game was clearly not ready for launch, and much of the game design felt old and stale. Square Enix did something unheard of, as they decided to simply start over and make a brand new title, A Realm Reborn. Our early impressions are favourable, so hopes are high that Square Enix got it right this time round. Originally planned for release exclusively on Wii U in February, Rayman Legends now launches on Wii U, PS3, Xbox 360, PC and PS Vita. The extra time in development brings us more levels, bosses and modes, as this promises to be a worthy successor to Rayman Origins. Also out this month. To be completely honest with you, we were a bit worried about Lost Planet 3. The game has slipped off the radar and what we've seen hasn't been all that impressive. killer is dead. The latest game from Suda51 and Grasshopper manufacture is just as deranged as we've come to expect from the Japanese game designer. The grandfather of grand strategy returns. The game that makes Civilization come across as something very casual. And we can't go without mentioning Xbox Live's returning promotional Summer of Arcade. Spanning the 4 weeks of August, it kicks off with the promising Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons on August 7th, followed by Charlie Murder from the makers of the Dishwasher games, the remake of 16-bit classic Flashback, and those pizza-craving heroes in a half-shell of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles return as well, to round things off with Out of the Shadows. So that's it for games to look for in August. Read reviews of all the games in your language on our website, or ask your local retailer to stock the free Gamereactor magazine. Until next time, enjoy your month.